lovers, welcome to my doll channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're an old friend of ours, welcome back for another one of my dolly videos. And today, as promised, I am going to discuss Reborn baby Caleb's details. So if you guys haven't checked it out already, and I will leave a link above in the cards for you, a review of my experience shopping on reborns.com, which is where I purchased this cutie from. I actually was introduced to a new artist, or new to me artist. So this baby is the Johanna Asleep Sculpt by Bountiful Baby, and he was reborn by Miss Daya Johnson of Bonnet Babies Reborn Nursery. I will be putting all of her nursery information in this video, as well as in the description below if you'd like to check out her work. So yeah, let's get into it, you guys. I will be taking off his little onesie, but for now I can show you guys his painting. So as you can see, he is a lighter tan skin tone baby. His ethnicity can be pretty much anything you want it to be. I consider him a little lighter skinned African American baby, and he does have some mixed textured hair that is a beautiful ginger spice kind of color. So this is his skin tone, his complexion, and his painting is pretty even throughout, blushing all in the right places. And I will say that Miss Daya Johnson has been painting for a little under 2 years, so she is relatively new to the art, but I find that her work is very beautiful and off to a great start if you ask me. All the creasing is there, just beautiful, no splotches that shouldn't be there. I will say that her tips on the fingers and the toes are very light, and that is personal preference to the artist, of course, on how bright white they do the tips of the fingers and whatnot. So these are very natural, barely there kind of fingers. He does have a little bit more mottling, I'd say, in the face and on the cheeks. Not sure if the camera is going to pick it up very well because it is very subtle. But he is beautiful. He is beautiful. And I will say that this baby was somewhat of a budget slash boo-boo baby. Referenced by the artist. I don't believe he is. But he had a little boo-boo in the oven. And on his little pinky finger here, it got a little bit melted in the oven from what the artist told me. So it's a little bit flattened right there. And I don't mind it at all. I don't think it takes away from the beauty of this baby one bit. He does have little barely there eyelashes that do match his hair. Now his hair rooting, I do believe, is micro rooted. It does have quite a few patches, but as I said, this is a beginner artist, and I think she's done a very good job for, you know, this being one of few dolls that she's created. I really like the fact that she took the time to dye this hair this particular color. I do believe it is a mixed human hair. It's definitely not mohair, I don't believe, just by the texture of it. But overall, it is great. It wets and styles very nicely. He's looking a little bedhead right now because I have to change him. And speaking of, I am going to take his onesie off and show you guys his body. So here my baby Caleb is all naked, and you can see his little doe-sway body. If you see a little white residue here, that is just some baby powder that I had in his diaper. But I really like the fact that his little tan doe-sway body is a little bit more tan than usual, and it matches his skin tone pretty nicely. So now that he has his clothes off, you guys can really get a look at that blushing. He has really nice blushing on the elbows, the knees, and the palms of his hands, which I think is pretty accurate for a baby with this skin tone. Very beautiful. And I'm just going to flip him over here. He was quite a heavy, chunky baby when he arrived, and I decided to reweigh him and put a different type of polyfill inside of him just for my own personal preference. So I highly recommend the Angel Soft polyfill that Bountiful Baby sells. I have not felt any other polyfill that is soft as that one is. And I also reweighed him with some fine glass beads, also from Bountiful Baby. I really do like this polyfill because it allows your baby to still hold its shape and be stuffed and secure for the limbs, but still squishy, and you're able to pose the body really well. And over time, it doesn't clump together and get stiff and hard. So I really like that. But here's the back of him, the back of those cute little legs, heels of his feet. He doesn't have any noticeable birthmarks or anything, which is fine. And just beautiful, even color throughout. Here's his little bum, has a little baby powder on it. And you can see the back of his head. As I said, with his hair, it is quite a rough texture. But when it is wet and styled, it curls up really nicely. I do have to take my time and comb through it because it does tangle easily since he's laying on the back of his head. But overall, I don't mind the hair. It's really cute. I really like the color of it. The artist also had sent me some of this product, some Murray's Edge Wax premium gel with 100% Australian beeswax, just for the edges of his hair. And I have never thought to use any kind of styling product on my doll's hair. Honestly, I was a little bit afraid because I'm just not used to doing that, and I didn't want to damage the doll paint in any way. But she said it's safe to use on the edges of his hair only, and I actually tried it on Mallory's hair, her edges, because water just doesn't lay them down. And just using a tiny bit of this really helped. It does wash out very easily. As a matter of fact, when I spritz the hair to restyle it, it just kind of dissolves. So this is really nice. If you want to give it a try, go ahead. Like I said, use a very small amount. You can find this at Walmart or any beauty supply store. It's a pretty big container, so it should last a very long time. It's clear. It has a really light kind of fruity scent, but nothing crazy or overpowering. So if you guys want to try that just for your doll's edges, you can. Like I said, I'm not really used to putting any products in the doll's hair other than mohair conditioner and water, but I find that this worked really nicely on his hair if it has since he has a rougher texture. So if you guys have dolls with a rougher texture hair, you may want to give that a try for styling the edges. So this is my baby Caleb, his sweet little face, barely there eyebrows. I'm not sure if you can tell, but he also has some drawn on little baby hairs on his forehead. Very faint, but they're there. And he's cute. He's a cutie overall, and I love him. I think he was a great value. He was $400 on reborns.com plus shipping, which I think is a really great price for a reborn baby. And he did come with a nice box opening. I'll also put that in the cards as well if you haven't checked out his box opening. So yeah, that is my details video of my sweet little Caleb. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be getting him dressed. So stay tuned at the end for his outfit, and I'm going to style his hair. for this video and Caleb's details. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys were able to see how I styled his hair. The spritz that I sprayed on there was the conditioner that the artist sent home with him, as well as the edge control wax. I love the effects that it gives his hair. It slicks it down. The style will last as long as I want it to last before I have to redo it again, and I really like that feature. So yeah, that is it for Caleb's video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.